Minecraft used to be broken. Here's 10 facts that most of you probably don't know. If you travel far enough, and by far enough I mean over 12.5 million blocks away, you will find something called the Farlands. When you arrive, your PC is going to cry for help. Back in beta 1.7.3 and earlier, Minecraft said, yeah, math's too hard. And if you want to walk there, it only takes about 800 hours. No big deal. Instead of smooth hills and forests, you'd get walls of land and terrain that looked like the game forgot what world generation was. Even mobs were like, we don't spawn here, what's going on? Notch knew about this, but basically said, it's kinda cool, and just left it in. And just like that, the glitch became known by every player in the community. But in beta 1.8, the Farlands were fixed. Can we get an F in chat for the cursed spaghetti terrain, please? Herobrine was the reason a lot of kids didn't sleep after playing Minecraft at 2 a.m. It all started in 2010 when a player claimed to have seen a weird Steve with white eyes in their single-player world. It had no username, it wasn't doing anything, it was just watching. And they took this famous screenshot. From there, people posted stories online, the community said, yeah, this is real. Some people were building summoning altars with gold blocks, redstone, and fire, as if Mojang had programmed a secret horror boss just to haunt children. They wouldn't do that, would they? And then came the update notes. Almost every single version from that point on in the patch notes said, removed Herobrine, over and over again. Mojang never added him, that we know of, but they kept pretending to remove him. It was just a meme, but it's a Minecraft myth that refuses to die to this day. So no, you sadly cannot summon Herobrine, but if you find random redstone torches in your world, or your torches start to vanish, maybe don't look behind you. This topic is honestly worth a video on its own, so let me know if I should make that next time. Before the Nether was actually in the game in Minecraft Pocket Edition, Mojang said, alright, you want the Nether? Well, here you go. Sorta. So basically it was like a great value version of the Nether for Pocket Edition players. To use it, you had to build a very specific structure using cobblestone, gold blocks, and the mighty core itself. Once you activate it, it doesn't take you to the Nether, but it brought the Nether to you. When you activate the Nether core, you summon the Nether Spire. It was a weird fortress that barfed out zombie pigmen and random loot like glowstone dust. Basically a pinata from hell, until Mojang was like, alright, that's enough of this mess, and then finally added the real Nether to the Pocket Edition. The Nether reactor core was removed, now it's just a block in the creative menu. Did you know you used to be able to bring water into the Nether? This is actually one of my favorite bugs ever. Normally water just evaporates the moment you place it in the Nether, but once upon a time in the ancient days of early releases of Minecraft, clever players found a loophole. If you used a silk touch pickaxe, you could harvest ice blocks from cold biomes. Then you could sneak them into the Nether. It was quite literally magic. Then all you had to do was place the ice block and break it, or wait for it to melt from a light source and then update it. And then there you go, instant water. Bada boom, bada bing. People used it to make blaze farms, hydrate crops, make obsidian, or create nether waterfalls just because they could. It was glorious. But of course Mojang caught on and eventually they patched it. Can we get an F in chat for the lack of water in the Nether? Gone but never forgotten. Staying on track with the theme of cheating, let's talk X-ray glitches. Because mining is hard and cheating is faster. Cheaters. In early versions of the game, if you crammed your face into the right block, you could see right through the entire world. Throughout the years, players have gotten very creative with this bug. Every time it gets patched, we find a new one. Back in the day on Xbox, I learned to use pistons to push TNT blocks in my face, and then you could see everything below you. Caves, dungeons, mine shafts, secret bases, nothing was safe. Now, if your world has cheats enabled, or in your world, if you activate land mode and activate cheats, you can just go into spectator mode and then see everything. You kids have it so good these days. Mojang patches it, players break it again, it's tradition. Fire used to have absolutely no chill. In versions before beta 1.6, once you lit something on fire, it was basically the end of your world. Houses and even entire forests would go out in a glorious blaze, often lagging your computer until the game crashed. Fire would spread infinitely, meaning that one careless flint and steel click or unfortunate lightning strike could doom your entire world faster than you could even try to put it out. It did not care about your feelings. Eventually Mojang had to nerf it, thank God. Sprinting did not exist in the original versions of Minecraft. You had to walk everywhere at a steady, slow, excruciating pace. Whether you were being chased by mobs or just trying to cross a giant plains biome, there was no speeding up your journey. It sucked. Sprinting finally made its debut around beta 1.8, but there was a catch. There was no dedicated sprint key like there is today, which is control on your keyboard if you didn't know. That did not get added until much later. You had to double tap W to sprint to activate it, which feels more like button mashing than smooth movement. So when you catch yourself taking sprinting for granted, just remember that we didn't used to have sprinting, and we used to have to double tap W to sprint. And it was really buggy in multiplayer, like in Hunger Games. That got me killed a lot. In the first versions of Minecraft, there was no hunger bar. You didn't have to worry about starving, and food wasn't some long-term survival stat. Instead, eating food was instant, and it instantly restored your health. It wasn't until around beta 1.8 that the hunger bar was introduced, and it was actually quite controversial at the time. Before the 1.9 combat update, you could spam click attacks. You didn't have cooldowns or critical hits or sweeping edge or anything like that. That made speed clicking the only strategy in combat, and you could actually reduce most damage to about 50% if you right clicked with the sword. There's a couple Minecraft seeds that will forever leave their dent in history. If you were around in the beta versions, you could not escape hearing about these seeds, and you probably played them yourself if you were around back then, like I did. Back in the old days, a few Minecraft world seeds just became iconic. One of the most legendary was Glacier. I believe it was found around beta 1.3. Sadly though, it stopped working around 1.8 was released, like a lot of things. Just type it in and boom, you'd spawn near massive dramatic mountain ranges with overhangs and floating cliffs. They looked like they were just asking for epic builds to be built, and there were. It became a fan favorite for Let's Plays and terrain showcases. Back then it was just pure luck that a random word like Glacier could generate something so insane looking. It became so well known that the lead developer Jeb actually tweeted about it, which only helped grow its popularity. Next up is the hilariously misnamed worst seed ever. Instead of being some normal world that had a few mountains, it dropped you near some cool beaches, and if you look around next to you when you spawn, you'd see some sand falling, which revealed a zombie spawner. Now, feathers weren't exactly the most useful item in the game, obviously, but it was just a cool feature with a pretty little island-like environment around it, and you get some good things out of the chest right away. It was ironically found on Xbox 360 when a guy was just messing around in the party with their friends. The name was clearly a joke, but the irony is what built its character, and it quickly became a fan favorite. And of course, there's the fan favorite seed Gargamel, one of the oldest and probably the most famous seeds. Unlike most seeds, this one spawned you underground in a cave-like area, and outside of it was surrounded by massive mountains and overhangs with a giant valley in the middle. It felt like Minecraft was trolling you at first with spawning you in the darkness, but if you look up and dig yourself out, you'd find some of the coolest generation you'd probably ever see. Gargamel was one of the very first seeds to go viral, and for good reason. It became big in the Minecraft forums and YouTube videos, seed showcases and Let's Plays, you name it, it was there. So which fact did you forget or even know about? Comment your favorite ones that you remember, or let me know if you learned something new. Please take a second to subscribe for free and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed.